Yeah, for many, many years, years and years and years, you know, that legend was, and there's still a handful of people that still know about it in Caddo, about the shootout there and all that. Well, small towns in the area, Celeste, Caddo Mills, others, were being hit, you know, one night here, one night there. Somebody was breaking in the stores and all that. But those guys were, you know, they had this over in Colleton County, which is over toward McKinney, over that way, Princeton. They had a barn or a big old building or something, and it was full of boots and shoes and anything that they could steal in a mostly dry goods store. Some food, canned items, but they didn't want things that spoil, you know. And people would go there and buy things, of all things, you know, because they could sell it cheap and they were getting it free. Mm-hmm. There wasn't enough law enforcement in those little towns to catch them. So Caddo, the men in Caddo decided to form their own vigilante type thing, or whatever you call it, mm-hmm. and get their guns and station themselves in different places, hide and wait, and, you know, see if they ever came back. Well, they did. And my daddy was a young guy, upper teenager, or early 20s, or late teens, and his daddy, Papa Charlie, they got a phone call one night. His name was Bag. He had a dry goods store there, right there at Caddo. He's that mm-hmm. right there next to, anyway, it doesn't matter about that. But anyway, he had a dry goods store. He called and he said, "Charlie, they're in my store." That was what my dad said. Wow. Now. And they said, "Well, where are you?" He said, "I'm across the street in the bank." And there was some at the railroad, and you know, they're all on station. These guys didn't know it, didn't see them. So my granddaddy and my daddy got up and went down and around, and they got up, and my granddaddy had a 10-gauge shotgun, and my daddy had a 30-30 rifle. They got behind what's now the Opera House, and that particular night, the other men were down here, and they shot or made a noise, so the thieves all came this way.
Right.
And there was a street light there. My dad and my granddaddy were hiding in the bushes right here, and there was this corner there where it turned and went that way.
That's
the
right.
street's still there. And they were coming this way, running, mm-hmm. with a sack over their back, had shoes and things in it. They had a store, mm-hmm. their place over in the next county. But anyway, so here they come in this direction. And when they got to right there about under that light, my granddaddy, and now this is old-timey too, so he didn't say stop, but he said, my granddaddy had his big gun, he said, halt. Instead of, there was two of them, he said, halt. Well, the guy, he halted all right, but when he halted, instead of just halting, he had a big old long barrel pistol, and he just did it this way. Bad mistake. Because when he pointed this way, if he'd have seen any kind of movement, he'd have shot him. Well, my granddaddy shot him right in the head. Killed him, that 10 gauge, killed him immediately. The other one turned at the street light. Mm-hmm. They were here in the street, went that way. He turned and went this way, and then my dad shot at him and shot him through the neck somewhere here. And,
right there in the shoulder,
yeah,
kind of between your neck and your shoulder blade.
He kept running, but some way he worked his way back to Greenville, but anyway, they got him. Well, after it was over and more or less settled down, my daddy and granddaddy were working in the garage back there in the middle. We'll say this is the street.
Yep.
You went in that big double slide, those old big doors where you drive a car in it. They were back in here working, and a man comes in, and I just remember Dad said he was crippled or something, maybe about his arm, but anyway, there was something. He comes in and he goes back, and my dad and granddaddy are back here being over working. He said, I'm looking for Charlie Bethea. And they looked up and said, okay, what you going? And my granddad, he said, well, that's me. He was coming in there to make trouble and to threaten somebody that he either knew or related to, or somebody that they had gotten shot.
Yeah.
It could have very well been his dad, brother, cousin, real good friend.
Anything.
He was going to, I don't know whether he was planning on trying to kill him right there or if he was just going to gripe, but there was always a 30-30 rifle under the counter in that garage. Up in the office area, they kept a gun up there. So my dad, who was young, he didn't say anything. He just got up and went up here and went into the office over here. And it didn't have it was a counter across there, and then under there they kept things. And he just reached down there and pulled out a rifle and didn't point it. I don't remember exactly. I just know he showed it.
Yep.
And, well, when he started walking, this guy, naturally, what's he going to do? He's going to start watching, well, where's he going?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
when my granddad got up, kind of backed away from him, I think, and then when he looked up there, well, he saw my dad there with 30-30. And I think he thought, well, one of them's already been killed. I better get out of here. He dropped it, left, and they never heard anything else out of him again. They dropped it. I mean, that was the last time they thought. I guess they thought, well, they will shoot me. Now, my granddaddy, like I said, it worried him. Oh, it worried. He was a real good man. Big old, pretty tall guy. It worried him, though, that he'd shot that guy. Charlie Council